humanity doesn't exist without them. Brother David, Sister Kathy. Where are you? Just raise your hand. Raise your hand. Give it up for the parents. Brother Adam, look at this. The spirit of Nathan is here too. But this is a very difficult night for me, and I'm in the right place. My dear sister artist, Dean Havilah, my God, how magnificent it was. And then to see new school brother, Trace himself. We got transgenerational activity here. Give it up for both of them. Give it up for both of them. The Spirit of Prince is here. Blessed to know him well, traveled the world with him and recorded the song that you heard. And it's been a good time in Paisley Park, and the very idea of him dying in the elevator that we hear, and I and others went up back and forth, this shatters my soul. But I am reminded that one of the roles of the arts is to keep track of our humanity. So we remember, we revere, and we resist. And we keeping on. I want to begin just very briefly with the last line, one of the greatest tributes to arts and defensive poetry by Percy Shelley, where he says, the poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world. And by poets, he's not talking primarily about versifiers. He's talking about all human beings who have the courage to use their imagination and empathy to conceive of another world over against a world of too much hatred, revenge, and envy, and resentment, and exploitation, and domination, and subjugation. Provide some utopian energies, some alternative to a present in your own lives, in your brief trek from your mama's womb to tomb, or in the collective life of a community or a nation, or a species on the planet. How do we generate the raw stuff? Get a sense of what a different world looks like, and then have the integrity, the honesty, the decency, and the courage to fight for it. That's what, for me, Dialogue Arts Project is all about. And that's what's so magnificent about it, because it's trying to speak to a younger generation living in the most commodified, marketized, and commercialized culture in the history of the world. And the very aim of the dominant tendencies of our ubiquitous commodified culture is to conceive of newness as a repetition of the next fleeting pleasure that generates very little joy. Joyless quest for pleasure. That's one definition of the dominant forces in American culture. Get all the titillation, get all the stimulation you want, and your soul's still empty. Come on. And the end result is what? America. To produce success, which you have access to material toys, maybe a trophy spouse, and well adjusted to injustice. And well adapted to indifference. What we saw, heard, experienced, felt in these two artists is precisely what you hear in the voice of a David Ruffin, or the solo of a John Coltrane, or the melodies in the song High Musical, or in the play of Lorraine Hansberry. Vulnerability, vincibility, subtlety, ambiguity, lo and behold, are humanity. And this is especially crucial when it comes from a people whose humanity has been chronically, systemically called into question. To experience that kind of legislating another world. The great August Wilson used to say that black people authorize a different morality, a different reality by means of performance. just keep track of some of those videos of Prince tonight. See how that Negro genius from Minneapolis will authorize a different reality of your heart and mind and soul, if only for a moment. And the history of our coming together, across color, across sexual orientation, across class, across nation, across civilization, is to muster the courage to think critically for yourself, imagine for yourself, empathize, sympathize, walk in the shoes of somebody else for yourself, and lo and behold, you'll find yourself acknowledging their humanity, and in a white supremacist civilization that's revolutionary. In a male supremacist civilization that is subversive.
Talk about it.
In a civilization in which capital rules and working people are just some marginal utility to generate profit, it is transgressive. For our precious gay and lesbian brothers and sisters of transgender folk, keep track of their precious humanity means we reside in a very different zone and space. That's why when you're dealing with the arts connected to public dialogue, which is to say connected to democracy, because there is no fundamental artistic expression unless, like a jazz man or a blues woman, you find your voice. But of course, most these days just express an echo, not a voice. Too many copies, not enough originals. Oh, that's the market culture. Just produce somebody you can control and be safe and keep things convenient. Hear my dear sister, I can hear Nina Simone. I can hear Rita. I can hear Mary McKeeba.
Right.
All in her. Sister D. I saw my brother. I could see Alice Childress, the great playwright. Trouble in Mind could have been the first play on Broadway. She had too much integrity because the white wave was going to deodorize what she had to say. She wanted to keep it funky. Go on, Lorraine, you be the first.